Gear up, get out, and grab your supply crate at the Game Cache in Anderson. Improve your XP with our quality-tested retro and modern games. We've got everything from cartridges to consoles. Plus, we host card competitions for our community, from Yu-Gi-Oh! To Pokemon, and our own gaming tournaments and art shows. So what are you waiting for? Are you AFK? Gear up, get out, and spawn in at the Game Cache in the Anderson Mall, IRL.
Joshua Latour. We are the Graphic Cow Company. We print t-shirts, custom printed apparel, we do embroidery, moving into heat transfers, trying to make quality products for people. I am the production supervisor. I first started as a dryer tech. I progressed up pretty quickly into a machine operator within, I think, the first year. Current role, production supervisor / production manager, just keeping things moving, making sure everyone has the things they need to run jobs. Helping people set up, essentially training, assisting anyone in anything they need as far as operators, mixing inks, doing maintenance on machines, catching dryer when needed, pretty much filling in anywhere that's needed. I enjoy seeing the different pieces of art getting put on apparel. It's challenging because it's not always just a basic piece of apparel. Sometimes it's a custom piece of, racerback tank tops or blankets or something that we're not really used to. So every day is a little bit different. It doesn't get stale in that area. So even though it is a production and it is a repetitive production, it's different every day. And that kind of keeps me motivated. First thing, I come in, I turn on presses for everyone who works here. I'd like to have their machines up and ready when they walk in, make sure that all the equipment is running the way it's supposed to be and functioning properly. I schedule jobs for each press, then I push up those jobs, the apparel, the art, the screens, for everyone to match the job with the apparel. I feel like it's helped me learn to talk to people a lot better. It's helped me to learn to remain calm under a lot of really stressful situations and be open with criticism without being too overly critical, I guess. I believe I've left the impression that I'm very work-oriented. I like to get things done. I'm also very laid back about helping people get things done and not being too aggressive. I enjoy seeing the good qualities of newer people, seeing the potential talent in people who are just starting or the potential talent in people who have been here and are moving into new areas. Look for the things they're good at and then try to focus on those things and then kind of ease them into the things they're not good at and let them learn those and get better at those without bombarding them with them. I do like to find their likes and their already pros that they have and really focus on that. That builds them up, and then you sneak in the little things that they're not great at and they learn those kind of in the shadows. Trying to keep the mood light, trying to keep people happy, trying to make it feel less like a solid production job, which is what it is, and more like just almost like a contest to do better than you did the last day.
Are you tired of your friends complaining about the lack of space in your car? The lack of power or personality? Well, look no further than the 2008 Smart Car Convertible Passion. With 7.8 cubic feet of storage, a pristine and powerful 1.0-liter motor, and custom-crafted interior design. Featuring a Kenwood stereo, plus an extraordinary exterior like no other. The 2008 Smart Car Convertible Passion. Are you tired of your friends complaining about the lack of space in your car? The lack of power or personality? Well, look no further than the 2008 Smart Car Convertible Passion. With 7.8 cubic feet of storage, a pristine and powerful 1.0-liter motor, and custom-crafted interior design. Featuring a Kenwood stereo, plus an extraordinary exterior like no other. The 2008 Smart Car Convertible Passion.
I really enjoy the emotional release. I'm Josh and I'm a producer. I first got into music and producing my sophomore year of high school, and What kind of sparked my interest for that was really just my favorite artists, Lil Uzi, Lil Baby, and then, you know, producers like Touch of Trent and Nick Mira. If I'm bored, you know, I'll produce something. If I feel like I'm down a little bit, you know, I'll produce because it's just something I really enjoy doing and I've been working on it for a long time. I like putting my emotions into music. It's mainly just, you know, my personal release whenever I create something, or, you know, if I just want to display my skill a little bit. I don't really put projects out there that I don't think are good or I don't think are even complete. It can be a money pit when it comes to actually hardware and software plugins necessary for you to make stuff, you know, like the right presets. I'm still really not at the place that I want to be because, you know, the work with music kind of just never ends. Like, you're just constantly evolving and adding stuff to your tool set whenever it comes to producing. When it comes to hardware, I'm very simple. I just have a really good pair of headphones and a audio interface and speakers. You're not just gonna download FL Studio and then immediately create exactly what you want to create. You have to have the right tools and the right mindset to do what you want to do on there.
Here on this week's edition of Autumn Attractions, we have your not-so-ordinary occupation. They are called Cyanide Suspension. Created in March of 2018, Cherna and Sigil built a business around their shared obsession with suspension.
I discovered Flush-Up Suspension through the History Channel of a show called Taboo. And on Taboo, it showed multiple people of all different origins around the world doing Flush-Up Suspension. So I have an extensive training in piercing and different forms of body modification. But we also have everyone on our staff that is trained medically as far as CPR, first aid, bloodborne pathogens. We also have a military trained rigger who is the guy that does all the knot tying and all that cool stuff. We go into all those medical factors to make sure everything's going to be okay during a suspension.
I discovered it back when I was 14, 15 years old. And then as the years progressed, I met up with Cherna. She's my pumpkin, and she was doing it. She was like, hey, you should do it too. All right. So it just basically feels like pure bliss, just swinging. And if you ever had a feeling of what it would be like to actually have wings, it gives that feeling. And it's nice, it's free, and it feels like there's no care.
Tune in next week for another segment of Autumn Attractions. This has been your host, Avery, with TCTC News, signing off.